Oh yeah, I can actually submit this run list.
Okay,
Yeah, because character creation is going to do it.
Good.
Yeah, it's.
No,
I have to make my character real quick. It won't be too long. So.
I have a very special and amazing announcement, everybody.
Oh.
We have passed the AGDQ 2013 donation goal from last year officially.
Nice.
Unless I was lied to.
Wait, how much?
Yeah, you said that.
How much do we have? I thought we only had 309. Can we double check this for sure? Do not spend another.
This is Skyrim.
Yep. Oh. Okay. Wait. World record strats. You ready?
Okay, all right, hang on.
Oh no, I have to enter. No, I have to actually click. Okay. All right. Okay.
Shout out to
world record.
Kira
Okay,
for the
so
possibly
you
false
wanna explain what
information
character
and
you
making
picked
me
and
look
why?
like a
All right,
complete idiot in front of everybody.
Are we mic'd right now, or is it general
Oh,
mics,
yeah.
Or. All right. Cool. So. Basically, I just created an orc character, and the reason for this is that orcs have a racial ability known as Berserker Rage, which is the most ridiculously overpowered ability in the entire game. In essence, it increases your melee damage by 100% and reduces the damage you take by 50% from all sources. So we use that to kill Alduin very, very fast. And Alduin is the only enemy you fight throughout the whole game. So we don't really have to worry about the cooldown. It's always up when we need it. Orcs also have the second fastest running speed next to High Elves. High Elves have the fastest running speed at 108%. Orcs are at 104.75 or 104.5%. We actually don't use High Elves because High Elves are rather inconsistent. Ideally, they would be faster, but in the very end, it's possible that the AI can troll you and not do any damage, and you lose a lot of time. So I'm going to be using Orc, even though, like, if you really wanted to have a really crazy time, you could use High Elf. If you wanted to risk your entire run on the very end, which most people don't want to do.
It sounds sensible.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So I don't have audio cue. I only really need an audio cue for one part of the game, which is in Riverwood Inn, but I can probably make do without it. I know the timing, so. Right now, we're just kind of waiting for this stupid cutscene to come.
Yeah.
I have a $50 donation from Argic that all it says is evening and Fusro Da.
Fusro Da.
Oh my God.
That is the weakest Fusro Da ever, WYMORN.
No, we don't get that shout.
Yeah, we don't even really get this.
But still.
We skip it.
So you, okay, fine.
Fusro Da takes too much time.
Shouts in general take too much time.
They do, except for Clear Skies and Dragon, and you need those to complete the game.
Well, I was mainly saying that you could just say Fusro Da, you know, on camera.
I mean,
It's kind of slow.
Yeah, you
Is that-
lose time.
I'd lose time talking.
We
How
could
do you
make-
lose time talking in a cutscene?
you could make that a donation incentive. Like, you could have someone donate $10,000 to have me say Fusro Da.
If we hit 500,000 during this run, we will all scream Fusro Da and blow up the stream.
Actually, look, real talk. If there's $400,000 that we get during this run,
I'll do it.
do
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll do it. Yeah.
Chat, let's make it happen. Donators, raise your dollars.
And everyone just got banned.
All right,
It's in
so
sub
before we
mode
start-
only.
Okay.
Let's get real for a second. Before we start timing, I'm going to make a save here. The reason for that is there's a glitch in this game that delays AI responses to your character, and it's a result of saving right here. And I'm not exactly sure why it works, but it does, so I'm going to use it. Timing's going to start in a few seconds. Let me just let you know. And begin. Dude, what is happening? Okay, there we go. So, my FOV. My sprint's screwed up. Alright. Dude, why is my key bindings not right? Oh my god.
Okay, so what WYMORN just did there is a pretty new jump that was discovered very recently. There was some extremely difficult strats that involved jumping on Alduin's head and then doing some very complicated jumps to clear that wall and exit Helgen very early.
Alright, so this is strats, by the way.
Yeah.
Let me just ignore this.
Okay.
Alright.
But by jumping on Alduin's wing, you can skip all of that and exit extremely quickly. It's about 40 seconds faster than the old strats.
So right there I bumped I bumped that character to skip his dialogue. Dialogue management in this game is actually very important. Being able to successfully manage your dialogue will save you more time than good movement in this game. You can manage dialogue one of 3 ways. The primary ways are bumping characters by sprinting into them, talking to a character and exiting out of the dialogue box, and then...
Do you want to explain what you did with that ball there?
I will in a second.
Okay, yeah.
Let's get through this first.
Okay.
And then quick saving and quick loading, which skips dialogue that you can't normally interrupt, like from characters that are too large to bump. So that clip, as people have so astutely pointed out, it looks kind of odd. You know? Just running along playing Skyrim, all of a sudden, bam, blue skies everywhere, and then I teleport ahead, and then nobody knows what's going on. Now there's no enemies. What's going on? Basically, in this game, if you hold an object that's curved, the hitbox extends inside the wall, and if you run at it, the game does not know what to do. It's completely lost. So when it tries to figure out collision detection, it actually checks your collision against the object you're holding instead of the wall, because obviously the object is between you and the wall, so that makes sense. However, the object's collision box extends inside the wall. So when you run at the object, you are compared against the object's collision box. You go inside the wall. The object and you cannot occupy the same space in 3D, so the object gets thrown out behind you, and since you're already past the wall's collision box, you pretty much just continue on, and you're already through the wall, no problems. We use that in a lot of different ways. Right there you saw me actually get to the bottom of that cell. A cell is just like a loaded environment in the game. And when I got to the bottom of the cell, it loaded me to a specific place that's predetermined by the developers. It turns out that in that cell, the area that it loads me into is the area ahead in the cave. So it actually saves quite a bit of time, around about like 40 seconds, which is pretty significant for a simple clip like that. When I'm running there, you saw me use weight to get my stamina back, which is utterly unimportant now that I have this torch. So basically, the torch is like the most OP item in most OP item in the game. What I'm doing right now is sprinting forever. My stamina is now gone, and I'm not stopping the sprint. The reason that this happens is that the start sprint and end sprint animations for holding a torch are not linked properly. So when you start a sprint and end the sprint during the start sprint animation, instead of playing the end sprint animation, it actually loops the sprinting animation permanently. And since the game doesn't think that you're sprinting, there's no flag to stop the sprint. So you just sprint forever. This is pretty useful since there's a lot of running in this actual game, you know. Some people like to make jokes that it's a running simulator. I take offense to that. This game requires a lot of skill.
At least it's not Fallout 3.
Oh,
Shots fired.
Another thing that's really important to note is that when you're doing infinite sprint, you have to manage your movement so that you don't ever end up in the air.
Yep.
If you fall, your infinite sprint goes away.
Yeah.
If you're picking the game up, that's one of the hardest things. For me, it's one of the hardest things to do.
Just like WYMORN, you can't straight left and right. You have to have like forward or back.
Yeah, so sometimes you have to like weave around objects to get the optimal movement. Basically, anything that changes your animation will remove the infinite sprint animation. This includes things like falling, swimming, unsheathing your weapons, getting staggered. Those types of things will actually cause you to lose your infinite sprint and get fatigued temporarily. So here I'm using, it's not a glitch, it's just like a technique, I guess. But I got teleported to Dragon's Reach by hitting the guard and going to jail.
Best warp in any game. Punch a guard and get taken right where you need to go.
Conveniently, this is precisely where I'm going. So right there, I didn't get talked to by Earlift. And the reason for that is that save glitch that I was using earlier. It actually causes the enemy AI early in the game to not really detect you and not interact with you. I'm selling all my items here to get extra gold. Okay, that was good. Didn't get detected. I used gold to use jail teleports like I did right there, and to fast travel using the carriage. which I'm about to do right here. You might be wondering where I'm going. Conveniently in this game, you can go through pretty much any wall. So as a result, there's a glitch in the Thalmor Embassy where the chest that's inside, which you're normally supposed to loot during the quest that takes you there, actually gives you the quest objective to talk to Esbern without having to do the previous objectives in the quest chain. So this is the only quest in the game that works this way, with the exception of like 1 or 2 that don't really help for any percent. So we use this to skip pretty much half the game right away. You'll see that compared to last year's run, if you guys watched that, and compared to any other run, if you have been out of the loop for Skyrim, we've optimized how you approach Thalmor Embassy quite a bit. It used to be random. We used to use like platters, which we thought were the best, but after 1.9 came out, it ended up being like really inconsistent to use platters. So now we use buckets in the majority of situations. Usually require like more precise setups than platters, but if you know a setup for buckets, they're like 100% consistent, which is really nice.
And like Oblivion, like Bethesda actually patched Skyrim to stop a lot of the glitches.
But they failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the up-to-date version of the game. After they've patched this glitch like twice.
It's of note that doing the infinite sprint while setting that up is actually really difficult. So not only did he do the wall clip, but he also set up the infinite sprint glitch while he was clipping through the wall. So it's a lot of inputs all at once. It's very difficult to do.
Yeah, fortunately I walked right through the wall there. Occasionally you can get caught and have to jump out, which wastes a little bit of time. I can actually exit out of the conversation and use the carriage a lot faster. That was a strat that was found relatively recently, like back in December.
It's also of note that when you clip through a wall, there's a very small chance that the object you're using can kill you. Because it's leaving at such a high velocity, if a bucket slams into you at the right speed, you will just die.
It's very true. Objects in this game like to inflict damage, which is interesting because like normally in games like this you don't expect objects to interact with each other. But yeah, you can kill enemies with 3D objects in the game. Like if you throw a bucket hard enough at somebody, they'll die. Coming up here, I've got a pretty tricky maneuver called the bucket jump.
You better get it.
It's very aptly named.
Oh man, first try bucket jump out. Nice.
Trick's actually a lot easier than most people think. When I first picked up this game, I was really, I don't know, it was really daunting to try to pick up the bucket jump because it looked like it was really challenging, but you really just jump and put the bucket underneath you and jump off of it. But that saves about 15 seconds because you don't have to go around. Normally you'd have to go all the way through the ratways, but since you can jump across there, sticky keys.
Oh,
Good job,
man.
T-Rex.
Oh man. Sticky key's too strong.
I'm staring at you so hard right now, you have no idea.
Alright, so here I quick save and quick load to skip this dialogue. It gets Esbern to open the door a little bit faster. And I'm just going to try to jump off this shovel. I was planning a segment to run a while back, and I was thinking about using this shovel to get up to Esbern, which is exactly the same speed as running around. So it's completely useless, but it's cool. If you fail it, you lose a lot of time, so there's no reason to do it in RTA. So yeah, I'm talking to Esbern about like, what, not even 10 minutes in. The dialogue choices here don't matter too much, except for the last one. You want to tell them that you're Dragonborn. And
Even though no one has told you that you're Dragonborn yet.
yeah, you don't know you're Dragonborn.
Yeah, you just got a letter in a chest.
Yeah, you skip all of the setup in the game, story-wise. You completely skip. You don't meet the Greybeards. You don't get your shout. You don't fight a dragon. You just
You've never met Delphine. You tell
Yeah.
him about Delphine, and you're just like, Yeah, Delphine told me to find. Okay, so here's the most notorious trick in this
Oh,
entire
man.
round.
It's like
Oh my god. So as I said earlier, platters are like super inconsistent. They don't like to work ever. The game just crashed. That's cool.
Yeah, it does that.
Oh man.
It can't, you can't. Yeah, there's autosaves.
Thank you,
It won't
Skyrim.
be a Bethesda game if it doesn't crash once during a run. Yeah, normally I actually have the autosaves turned off because they actually waste time. Because when you're loading into an area, it autosaves. Wow, it crashed in the same
Dude,
spot.
Skyrim, please.
That's weird.
That's good.
I'm gonna try going
It's-
around to the right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the truth is that this is extremely common. Like, if you're
Yeah.
speedrunning Skyrim, you should expect some crashes. It's just part of it. Thankfully, because you can save almost constantly, they don't usually cost you too much
So
time.
I'm gonna try going through the middle here.
We should probably mention that wall he just went through. It's like 2 walls
Yes.
in one.
All right, we made it through this room.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Good job, Scott.
Yeah. Thank you,
Not
game.
crashing.
All
Yeah,
right,
the
so-
platter clip that he did is extremely difficult because you're going through more than just one wall. You're going through 2 walls.
It's a notoriously thick wall.
He made it look so easy, but you can sit there for 3 minutes trying that clip,
Which you shouldn't do. It only saves 20 seconds. But
which you shouldn't do, but why not?
I had resolved that if to fail it twice, I was just going to go around. But first try platter is pretty nice. I'm not sure if the world record right now has first try platter. I know my previous record did not, which is common. So here I'm going to bump a couple of dialogue options that Delphine and Esbern have with each other. I got kind of unlucky because Delphine got staggered backwards, and the next dialogue choice is. I actually needed an audio cue there, but I think I have the timing. The next choice that the next thing you want to see them say is "Yeah, sure" by Orgnar, and that means that they're about to go down into that room, which is the trigger for the next quest to start. But she doesn't actually talk to Esbern unless she's close to him. So if you try to bump her in that direction, you can sometimes get lucky and they'll be right next to each other and they'll talk right away, and you'll skip the whole dialogue with like one bump, which is really good. But sometimes you get unlucky and they go in opposite directions. Here I'm going to tell Esbern to wait, and what this does is it delays his movement inside the cave coming up. This is important because there are force one in the cave, and basically if an actor is in combat with another actor, they won't progress when you wait. So there's like a task list. I like how they advertise Radiant AI in this game. It's just the same thing as Oblivion. Like they go through like a task list every day, and when you engage an NPC in a quest and they're like part of the quest trigger, their task list is prioritized to go to that trigger. But if they're in combat, the task list doesn't progress. So if you are slow, he'll actually get in combat with the Forsworn, and you won't be able to progress his task list, so he appears at Alden's Wall, and you'll have to fast travel out. Hopefully I'm not slow. I practiced this a little bit, so.
This is actually like a new strat
Yeah.
that people weren't doing until like a few months ago.
Before we actually went through the puzzle normally, which ended up being a lot slower once we figured out that you can jump around all over the place. Jumping has become like a pretty quintessential part of this run. There's actually 2 different types of jumping. They're really arbitrary, but I like to call them S jump and M jump, just for stationary jump and moving jump. Both are equally important. Stationary jumping allows you to get really precise with your jump movement,
That's a new path.
whereas moving jumping allows you to not fall off of ledges, which is used to like climb up mountains, whereas S jumps are really good for getting on very precise points, as you'll see up here. Okay, so I didn't get the first jump. I'm just gonna go around. This is the old strat. Basically, you just want all the Dragonborn symbols on this. So here's this Forsworn guy.
What's up?
It's actually not good that he's following me. I'll have to kill him, which will waste a bit of time. Unless I can lose him in this cave, which I doubt. I'll try it anyway. I'll leave this chest so I get some gold. Yeah. Alright, so I got relatively unlucky.
Just do it to the console.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
Flash good and-
Now Esbern is in combat. I'm going to fast travel out and fast travel back in so that his state gets reset. This is like an absolute last resort. Obviously, you don't want this to happen in runs, but sometimes it does. There are backup strats. Funnily enough, you can actually jump here, and your animations get like all wonky. I like to show off that you can use the roll perk without having it. Normally, you'd have to get your sneak up to like 50 or something like that before you can acquire the roll perk. But if you hold shift while sneaking and tap the R button, which is just sheath weapon, you'll roll without having to have the perk. Alright, so here I'm going to skillfully maneuver the dialogue, hopefully. I got a fast grab on that book, which is good. Alright, so they're not here yet. I'm waiting for Esbern to turn. I'm going to bump him, interact with him, exit, bump Delphine, bump Esbern, interact, exit, bump him again, talk to her, do the second dialogue option twice, and leave. And that's all you have to do for all of Aldrin's Wall. Normally the dialogue takes a very long time,
Yes.
and that was like one of the really big parts of the run back before I actually started running this game. Aldrin's Wall was really suboptimal, and I actually saved about 2 minutes over Ilseroth's 1:14, which was the record before I started running.
Managing that dialogue was pretty much perfect dialogue management. Like, it's not an easy section to manage.
Yeah.
Because if you bump them wrong, it's just bad.
They go all over the place.
Yeah, they go over the place. They just won't shut up.
So here's one of my favorite parts of the run. The Divine PhD has contributed a lot of things to this run, and they're all so funny. Like this one, you just jump off this ledge and there's barely enough water for you to survive. It looks great, but it's scary for people who are like first-time viewers.
Cliff dive. Ooh.
You shouldn't clap. Don't clap.
What?
It's not hard. Don't clap.
But it looks awesome. And that's what counts. It's really counts.
The other strat that he came up with actually is a Helgen strat where you do 3 really precise jumps to skip part of Helgen. The reason... Dude.
Get wrecked, nerd. You mad, bro?
So the reason that the dragon jump exists as it is actually because another guy that ran the game, Fleet Feeds, decided that he really didn't want to do the divine jump because it was hard. So he was trying to find a better strat, and he ended up finding that strat. It saves 7 seconds over the previous one, which is pretty significant. Here I'm going to kind of maneuver this ice field to try to get up to Septimus Cygnus early. And normally you have to talk to Septimus Cygnus for a very long time before he gives you the items that you need to get to Blackreach, or Darkreach, or I think it's Blackreach. I've never been there, so I don't know its name. But it's a lot faster to do something else. And hopefully I get it first try. That'd be great.
Oh, man.
It's not going to happen.
Totally going to happen.
Oh, man. Yeah. So basically,
Oh, dude, what?
what I did there was I stole the lexicon
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, he's still
from
lexicon.
Septimus Cygnus. Normally you have to go through a dialogue tree that's at least a minute long. It's long. It's like the longest dialogue tree in the game, I'm pretty sure, as far as the story goes. But if I steal the item from him, I don't even need to do the dialogue, and it skips. It saves about a minute if you get it first try.
That's a
Here
good-
I'm going to
I
kind
was
of
going to say
navigate
now's a
these.
good time for
Yeah, this
one
is a
or two
long-running portion,
donations.
so you can do some donations if you'd like.
Good. Real quick, I'd like to mention that this is AGDQ 2014. This is supporting PCF, which is the Prevent Cancer Foundation. For those of you that are wondering what that is, it is basically a U.S. nonprofit organization solely devoted to cancer prevention and early detection. That's who we're supporting this time round. I do have some pretty amazing donations to read off. First off, I have one from Anonymous for $200. I'd like to put this donation towards WYMORN's bear card percent at the end of this run.
There's no time for that.
Can this
Oh
be
my-
a thing, please?
We have to try to make up time.
Ardbug, $150. Kill the quadrupeds. Absolutely. Cyber Thief, or as I've called in my chat, Cyber Thief, because I'm an idiot. All week I've been looking forward to the awesome co-op run of Borderlands 2. Sadly, work came up. So to all the runners of Borderlands 2, put this money for Japanese
know
loot
that
percent.
feel.
Also to WYMORN, Fusro, duh, you never learned the shout. I would also like to very proudly announce we have 100,000 viewers at the moment.
Good job, guys.
Everybody follow WYMORN on Twitch.
Thank you so much
Twitch.tv/WYMORN.
for your
Shameless
support.
plug. It wasn't even me.
I have a $100 donation from Mist. Yay, Speedrun Kun. Boo to Baka Cancer. When I see you guys pulling out those 6 stunts, making it happen, it just makes me want to do something about it. Shout out to Blackwood. Thank you, Gunny, for your $100 donation towards the Borderlands 2 Face McShooty side quests. And also thank you to all the Twitch staff and admins watching.
Okay, so coming up is the most difficult clip in the game. There are tons of different ways to set it up. None of them are consistent.
So I saw this setup that Walrus was doing, and it seems to work like a lot of the time. So I'm going to try to do it here. And yeah, I got it.
Yeah, third try.
So this clip allows you to get into.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
This
For
clip
those
allows
wondering-
you to get into the back of this puzzle room without having to go through Blackreach, which saves like around about 14 minutes.
Yeah.
It's worth noting that the clip into the scroll room used to be a lot easier, like in earlier updates, because you just cut through the door with a platter. But because Bethesda nerfed how you pick up objects, you can't like clip through it anymore.
Yeah, using a platter to clip through there was the old strat, and after it was either 1.7 or 1.8 that they
Yeah,
fixed
it's
it.
1.7.
But it was pretty much impossible. I got it maybe like after 2 minutes of attempts, and this new strat is like 100% consistent if you know the setup. So it's way better.
Ouch, my feels.
I'd like to mention that 100,000 viewers is double the concurrent viewership peak we had last year.
Wow. All right, so I got kind of lucky with the timing. Hopefully I don't get caught. Yes. That's nice. All right. So right there, I stole a horse instantly. It said I was being detected, but interestingly enough, the person I was being detected by was the horse.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can't get caught by the horse when you're stealing the horse. We used to like try to wait until we were hidden to steal the horse, and that just was way too long. But this strat's way better. Horses in this game have really interesting physics. And by that, I mean they don't have any.
No, none.
Literally no physics. You'll see coming up, hopefully we get some glitchy mountain climbs. That'd be great.
Oh man, amazing.
Sometimes you don't get any, it's boring, but we can hope for them. But what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get to the throat of the world as fast as possible. This is like an up-to-date strat from December, which saved a considerable amount of time over what we used to do. We used to run up the mountain manually, like on foot, and we didn't know about infinite horse sprinting. We knew about infinite player sprinting, and we knew that infinite player sprinting was faster than horse sprinting because horses have very limited stamina. But once we learned that we could actually get infinite sprint on a horse, it was clearly faster to use a horse. Also, when you're sprinting on a horse, that was really boring, by the way, that mountain climb. I'm sorry. When you're sprinting on a horse, you can climb up like sheer cliffs for no reason whatsoever. Actually, there is a reason, but it's mostly because in this game, your z-axis position on the horse is approximated instead of like actually being a physical number in the game. They kind of assume that you're going to be on the nearest like safe land mass. So sometimes because mountains are like layered land on top of layered land, you can go through rocks and cliffs and kind of end up inside the mountain, which isn't really faster, but it's cool looking. So
Hopefully it happens here.
hopefully it happens here sometime. There
Oh, there you
There's
go. A little bit. A little bit. Oh. Yeah! Good job, horse.
So I'm actually going to try to save the horse here.
Oh.
The reason for that is that you learn shouts at an extraordinary rate when you're on a horse for whatever reason.
Also, the reason why WYMORN went to the back door here was because since we skipped the entire first half of the game, the front doors are not open, and the Greybeards you haven't met them, you haven't learned your shouts, none of that stuff. So because of that, every time we come back here, we have to find a different way to enter the area. So going in through the back door is the only possible way.
One thing I forgot to mention about the 100,000 viewer count with Twitch is they actually going to donate. We capped out their concurrent viewer incentive they had for $5,000. It'll be given to us because of that. So thank you so much, Twitch.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, viewers. We appreciate everything you're doing, watching, donating. Continue to tweet about us, share us on Facebook. Let's go ahead and beat the crap out of cancer some more.
That would be very exciting. I mean, it is going to be very exciting. I guess we already got
It
the
is very
5,000.
exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Twitch, if you feel like donating that money now so we can get to 400,000 so I can make these idiots do something funny,
All right,
it'd be
so-
great.
I got kind of unlucky, and the horse ran away, which
Oh.
can happen when you have to wait too much. If I had to wait twice because I kind of screwed up the dialogue in there. So it's not a huge deal in terms of time loss, but I have to run normally, which I haven't done in months. So hopefully,
It's really hard to keep the horse here.
there's actually an audio cue for this. Okay. Yeah. Right. All right. So now I'm just going to sprint up this mountain. There's no exciting horse glitches to show because the horse is gone. But basically, now that I have the Elder Scroll, I'm going up to talk to Parthenax. Interestingly enough, there's actually a wrong warp in this game, but it's completely useless, which is unfortunate because it's really cool. You can use the Elder Scroll at the same time as you use a door if you're on the quest to go to the Third of the World with the Elder Scroll, and you've already talked to Parthenax. Because of those conditions, it's like completely useless because it's faster just to run up here. But it'll actually teleport you straight to the Third of the World and start the cutscene, which is kind of cool. I've never actually successfully done it, but I've seen a video. It's got to be real, right? Can't be.
It's got to be
spoiled.
real, dude. One time I saw this guy do that. It's totally amazing.
I mean, it was also like a huge SDA thing. Like, there was like probably 3 or 4 pages worth of threads or worth of people posting
About the wrong warp.
about the wrong warp.
We thought
trying
we were
to.
the next Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
man.
we were so hype.
Wrong warp.
Like, oh man, we found the wrong
Golden
warp.
chalice of any game.
The game is now broken, and it ended up being useless.
Because it's not broken at all right now.
No, Skyrim is completely fine.
Well, compared to any other Elder Scrolls game.
Programmatically flawless.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, compared to Morrowind.
Or Oblivion.
Yeah.
At least there's no paintbrushes in this game. They did that on purpose, by the way. They never fixed the paintbrush physics, so they just never added them to the game. Because they were too lazy.
I think the more pressing is the fact that they didn't fix the door inside the building where you just like click. And it's like,
Parthenax, please.
All right. So one thing we found recently, it's not
Parthenax, come on.
It's not letting me do it. But we found like a 20-second time saver. You can actually exit out of Parthenax's conversation right away after you pick the first dialogue option.
Oh, dude.
And he'll go straight into this, which saves a lot of time.
This is my personal favorite part of the speedrun because like Parthenax really, really likes it when you scream hot fire in his face.
Yep. It's his thing. So I'm quick saving and quick loading to skip Parthenax's dialogue. The reason for this is that he's too big to bump. He's a big fat dragon. So I'm not actually able to use sprinting to interrupt his dialogue. So I use quick save and quick load. We don't time out quick save and quick load because it's really difficult to do so. And as a result, you lose time RTA, which is real-time attack, which is just real-time, when you quick save and quick load as compared to bumping into a character. But sometimes you need to quick save, quick load.
I do have a $75 donation from Afflux. I don't know what to say. Thank you for what you do. Thanks to Mr. MV and the French people for the restream. Vielen Dank am deutschen Freund. Smiley face.
So if I use the wrong book there, which I did, I actually can't menu with the mouse anymore, which is kind of dumb, but menuing in this game is really clunky, and now I have a really long cutscene to talk about stuff or do donations.
Yeah, tons of donations are plugging time.
All right.
Now's a good time to
Time to also go to the bathroom, apparently, or something else.
Bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
Please don't leave, though. Stream. That was for that gentleman, not for you. All right, so thank you, Alexander, for your $50 donation. I lost my mother to breast cancer over 10 years ago. Video game basically saved my life back then, and I'm glad they're still saving lives now. Keep up the good work. We sure will, and we're sorry for your loss. $50 from Anonymous. Hello all, it's an awesome event with awesome runners for the wonderful cause. The French community is with you. Bon chance and have fun. 51 from Dugal F, which I think is to my right, which is weird, because I don't know why he couldn't just walk up to me. Great work, all. Shout out to Professor Broman. Awesome stream. Going to miss the amazing co-op Borderlands run tomorrow. Good luck on a quick Vladoff, an early bonus package, and a decent shotty. Broman's choice. Or someone who has a very similar name to him, which is just ironic.
Totally me.
It's totally, then how are you missing? Whatever.
Oh, so I like turn around for all this battle. So Gormley Thier has the best dialogue in the entire game. Some people from my stream are really big fans of it.
Yeah.
Hands down, best dialogue, yeah.
And like, there's no way to speed this up, but it can break and cause you to not progress.
It can,
Yes. Oh yeah, you can soft lock in here. So hopefully that does not happen.
and something else about this cutscene is it is of an indefinite length.
Yep.
Depending on the location of all of the characters, they have actions that they are required to complete, and they have to move to locations to complete their actions. So you are guaranteed to have a cutscene of a certain length, but it can always go longer.
Yeah, unfortunately, all of Skyrim's cutscenes are scripted and not like pre-rendered. So if a character is out of place, they have to move into place, and that can cause you to lose quite a bit of time in this cutscene. That doesn't usually happen. Usually it's the same old cutscene, but it can happen. Like, sometimes I've had Alduin be like really far out of the way, and he has to move through people, and like they're just like struggling, like, I don't want to move. It takes forever.
Thank you, Shfu, for your $50 donation. Bonjour from France. Keep on the good work. Here's $50 more to help you out. I will let Professor Broman choose where he wants to put this donation, except in the Borderlands 2 donation war for language.
Of course not.
So that'll be
All the
celebrated.
shots fired. I believe all my donations are going to Portal Inbounds, so
Yep.
just letting you know. Remove out of bounds.
So we've searched for, as long as one can possibly search, for a way to skip this cutscene. Unfortunately, this cutscene literally ties the whole game together. To finish the game, you need to have the Clear Skies shout to spawn Alduin at the end, and you need to have the Dragon Rend shout to kill him. You can't kill Alduin without Dragon Rend.
Sometimes you can't kill him with Dragon Rend.
Yeah, sometimes you get really unlucky and everything just goes horribly, horribly wrong. But yeah, you need both of those shouts to finish the game. We found out that if you go to Sovngarde early, you can trigger the quest to finish the game, but you don't have the tools necessary to do so. So you'll end up soft locking. Yeah, that's the best dialogue in the game. But,
What?
So
No, this cutscene's broken.
Yeah, so
I don't
now I
think
have
the
to
other
wait.
dead dragon is usually there.
he might actually move back in position before he has to do his. No. No. All right, so this is the very rare occurrence where he has to like move back into position,
Okay.
but
He's trying.
but Hakon is like not giving up. So they're just gonna sit here and kind of like duke it out. Hopefully, okay. He turned right to Feldir, which
He
is
went
good.
so hard.
Oh man.
I would like.
Luckily, we didn't lose any time there because basically, normally he looks at Feldir right away, But if he doesn't, and they kind of keep battling, and there's no dialogue going on, that's when you know you're starting to lose time.
I'd like to thank Furl for a $120 donation, because I know Borderlands 2 incentive for Japanese loot percent won't get past French. Shots fired. I might also put money towards team cosplay. Good luck with the run, guys. Explosion noise!
All right, so our fellow American stream watchers, you need to be donating for Japanese Borderlands 2, because especially if you haven't seen that run, it is spectacular.
It's amazing. It's so good.
Lewd.
If we could just take a moment and say Japanese Borderlands 2 is the best.
It is
wrecked?
the best.
Japanese language is always faster.
It's always faster.
So
But Chinese is faster than Japanese.
Yeah, but we don't have an IQ, so.
So here I'm gonna like kill everything really fast. For some reason, T-Rex is left-handed. I don't know why that is.
For some reason.
All right, so this
Onward,
can happen
please.
occasionally. What happens is if you get staggered while you're attacking at the same time, your animation gets permanently staggered, and you can't use shouts while you're staggered. So if you get unlucky with the way that your animations overlap while fighting Alduin, it's possible that you will never be able to shout him, and he'll get back into the sky, which is a very big time waster. Dude, I feel like you've got some kind of weird mod on or something, because I've never seen this before.
All right.
Okay,
Even
so
though we
this-
cannot get to all your donations, because there's so many of them, thank you so much. They are being received, and I will try to read as many as I can. Speaking of which, thank you, Space Drake, for your $250 donation. Breaking the world with bowls and horses. Great work, everyone. All the speedruns have been great. Maybe one of our games will be up there someday.
Parthenax was really nice to you there. Sometimes when you want to go talk to Parthenax to end that, you'll talk to him and he'll just start flying in a circle and he will go just like literally just infinitely vertical and his voice will slowly fade out and disappear.
Yeah, when you talk to him, only his X and Y position get locked, so he can fly up in the sky while you're talking to him, which is pretty great. You don't actually like lose any time for that; it's just cool looking.
Just so everyone knows, these guys on the couch are also part of things such as Speed Demos Archive and Speedruns Live. SDA is a premier community for video game speedruns. Complete the games as quickly as possible through extensive planning, practice, and knowledge of game mechanics and glitches. And SRL Speedruns Live is the best site to race video games online against others. Players of all skill levels are welcome to join, whether you'd like to become competitive or just race casually with your friends. You can go to the front page, speedrunslive.com, for more information and to watch a wide variety of speedrun streams. And Speed Demos Archives is speeddomsarchives.com, which also is redirecting to the Games Done Quick website as of right now. So if you get that, don't worry about it.
So right there, you might have seen that there's a persuade option on Jarl Balgroof. We actually, for a while, thought that it was possible to do a council skip if you could potentially get that persuade option to work. Unfortunately, we actually found out that it only requires like about 60 speech, and even if you do get it, they still require you to do the council. So like we routed out this whole council skip, and we're like, oh my god, this is gonna be real, and then yeah, it ended up being.
Bucket's being a huge jerk
giant
right now.
This is being horrible. Sorry.
Yeah, this is not
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, all right.
So like Roman said earlier, we have to go through the back door to get into High Hrothgar because the doors are locked because we skipped the trigger, and he's outside. All right, that was my fault.
The
That wasn't
location
even
of the
the game's
Greybeards
fault.
is random when you get back here. They can be anywhere.
Can't blame the game for that one. All right.
We are 5,000 away from $400,000, everybody. Let's
Get
make
there.
these guys scream Fusro Da on stream and clip the audio.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
So here's another jail teleport.
I love it.
Takes me right to Castle Dower, which is precisely where I'm going.
Yeah.
Last year I ran to sort of like.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
that-
You just like take me to where I need to go.
That strat wasn't found until like March.
Here's some money.
No, that doesn't work in real life.
Do not punch guards in real life.
Your name here, you sound like you've tried it.
Who knows, it might be
Okay.
faster.
It might be faster. They will not help you complete your life goals. You'll go directly to jail. And you will not pass go. Oh my gosh, all the references.
You will not collect $200.
So many bad jokes.
So I go back to Whiterun Stables because the stable or the carriage location is the closest to the stables out of any other carriage. And I have to go to Windhelm here for the same reason that I was just in Solitude, to try to get this Peace Council off the ground.
Fingers crossed for female guard.
Female guard is faster, don't you
Just
know?
always feel bad when you have to punch a female guard. Nope.
So this like left-handed punching stuff is weird. I don't know what's going on.
Deal with it.
Do you have like there's, like some weird mod
Oh.
installed?
I
Like,
don't know. Do you just have some weird not punching with your left hand going on?
T-Rex secretly always wants to be Zeldo. All right, so I picked the complete one.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I just love the way Jarl Ulfric sits. He's just extremely
Dude, that's how I
relaxed.
sit when I stream at home.
Oh yeah.
There's no webcam on, so you don't know, but I guarantee you.
You just rubbing the mouse against your face.
Yeah. That's how I do the clip. Actually.
Skyrim.
I line the clip up with my beard hair, and then
Thank you, Anonymous, for your $150 donation. Great cause. Love watching these streams every year. Love Skyrim and StarCraft 2. Also, thank you, Ferret, for your $100 donation.
that was relatively quick. Get up there. All right,
People need to experience Japanese Borderlands 2. That is all.
they do.
Get on it, French. You gotta fight back.
They are currently winning.
You gotta,
By how
you
much
gotta
right
keep
now?
fighting
What's
to
the-
stay
what's the
alive.
differential?
Frenches.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I got lucky and Arngeir talked to me right away. So this is the quick save, quick load simulator. Actually, it was like the day. I think it was. I don't know.
was the day,
It was
because
the
it
day
was
the
Chrono
run.
did his run last year. We found out that you can quick save, quick load dialogue. Like that was the day that it happened, and basically, quick saving and quick loading through this console saves like 7 minutes, which
Yeah.
It was-
You don't get to take it all in.
yeah.
No.
So now I'm just skipping all the story spoilers.
There's
No,
yeah.
never mind. There's no spoilers.
No spoilers. That's all gets skipped.
Except for like the 3 lines I can't skip.
And just so everyone knows, the stream is not stuttering. There
This
aren't any
is not
stream
live.
issues.
I mean, there's Twitch
Well,
delays,
they
but
can
that's
see the
like a
face cam.
different issue.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? Oh my gosh.
Pick up the cup.
Pick up the cup.
Yeah.
All right.
Pick
So
up the
Do
cup.
it.
Oh, should we do it? Should we
And-
pick up?
I mean, I could if you guys want to see what happens. I mean, huh? Yeah. I could. I have to wait till after I'm done this whole thing, and we'll see. We'll show you guys what happens when I pick up the cup.
It's fun.
Thank you, Jamie, for your $50 donation. Donate money
Yeah, I had
for
to pick
foolish
up 2 cups.
behavior. Fusro done.
Oh man,
But
pun out of pun.
So this is the part where I communicate with chat a lot usually on my streams because even though this looks like I have to actually do stuff, it's really easy timing. You just have to like know when you're not able to skip dialogue, which is actually coming up pretty soon here.
thank you, Anonymous, for your $100 donation. My best friend Lee was recently diagnosed with cancer, and he loves Skyrim, so it seemed like the perfect time to donate. Great event so far. Looking forward to the Borderlands 2 run. Our hearts go out to you, Lee. Thank you. Ugh. Gosh. My newbie one. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for all the fun runs. So much money already. Let's keep up the good work. I'm really eager to watch the Zelda's run and Super Mario 64. This is the urn. Much love from France.
All right, so that dialogue option right there was the first one that I can't skip. The first "Let's be clear." Basically, what happens if I quick save and quick load that dialogue is it just loops it over and over again. So you have to let it play out before you skip more. I also recently found a strat here when Esbern gets up. You can wait and have him travel immediately to the spot he's supposed to go to, and he starts his dialogue right away, which saved about like 20 seconds.
Yeah, the annoying part of save and loading through here is like it's really difficult to just not go on autopilot.
Oh yeah.
Because you can just sit there save and loading, and then you'll be hearing the same dialogue like, over and over again. You're like, oh wait, I have to listen to this.
Yeah. Like when you hear it first, "Let's be clear," like 6 times over, you're like.
It's a really great way to just lose tons of time.
All right, so here I can wait right here, and he goes immediately over to the other spot and starts talking. Which usually you have to like wait for him to walk. That saves a lot of time.
Thank you, CDC, for your $150 donation.
So what you saw right there is me looping the dialogue because I forgot that this was the second one.
Shoutouts to MDC, who's toughing out cancer treatment as we speak. Keep up the good work. Skyrim is awesome, and I'm looking forward to Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger hype.
Hope you're doing well, MDC.
How's 100% looking for Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, how's 100%?
100% for Chrono Trigger. We are at $16,772 out of $30,000,
Wow.
so we are over halfway there for it.
Nice. There's no way that won't get that.
Also, $65 from Patrick for Japanese Borderlands, because WYMORN is never wrong.
Oh man.
Except when he
True.
loops the dialogue.
Yeah,
Oh, the shots.
the shots.
Streamer, why you do dumb?
Okay, so that's the third one that I can't skip, and I accidentally tried again.
It's also really difficult without audio cues.
Yeah, without audio, it's really tough to tell. Like usually the first one I listen for enough, so that one's easy to catch. But like the other ones, it's kind of more about actually paying attention to what you're skipping, which can be hard because you do kind of go on autopilot.
This is a ADD detection simulator.
Can you successfully get through the console? All right, so here, apparently you guys want to see what happens when I steal the cup. So I'm going to quick save.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yes. Wrecked.
Everyone.
up, getting back up. Wait, hold on. Wait. Nope.
Nope,
Oh,
nope.
wait. Wow, they're actually.
Dude, the
okay,
jukes.
I'm dead.
Christ rats.
So,
The Greybeards love their cups.
yeah, they will defend their cups with their lives.
$100 from Anonymous. Awesome work, everybody. Good job for the 100,000 viewers, and soon the $400,000. Thank you, Anonymous. Just to remind you, we are doing this for PCF, the Prevent Cancer Foundation, which is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to raising money and for the research
It might be too late.
and education of preventing cancer.
Okay. So what can happen here is if you arrive between the hours of 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. because Jarl Balgruuf has the worst sleep pattern known to mankind, he actually is in his quarters, and you have to either wait to have him show up or you have to go up and talk to him, both of which lose like a ridiculous amount of time.
Oh man. Shoutouts to Courier Percent. Last time I did a run, I had a courier show up in the middle of this fight, and he was getting destroyed by fire, and he didn't care.
How to deliver that letter?
Dude, yes.
So I don't have audio cues, so I'm just going to have to...
Watch.
Well, does that mean the last fight's going to be hard?
Not really. I go off the quest marker for the last one. What he's talking about is the last fight against Alduin. He can show up in 3 different spots, 2 of which I'm prepared for and can predict his movement and can hit him before he's able to do anything, and he comes straight down. The other one, which is the right side, is like random and you can't predict it at all because it looks like he's coming up the top side, but Hopefully I don't get a courier. This is usually when I end up getting couriers. But sometimes you get really lucky and you'll get the courier like while living is landing, which is great because then it knocks that out of the way and you don't lose any time.
Also, as a reminder, if you donate $50 during the PC block, you are automatically entered into the grand prize at the end of the stream, as well as the limited edition Tychus Finlay statue from Blizzard. That is very rare, only through the entirety of the PC block. You can do it for 3 times for 3 entries.
Dude, that was a good wait.
As well as a Skyrim cap for $5 during this run.
Yep. So this is like the trigger that...
Never-ending story.
But streamer, when does Skyrim end? Never. It never
It's
ends.
true. Like, Skyrim doesn't really end.
Yeah.
So here's like the second hardest jumping spot in the game. It used to be the third, but the dragon jump is like considerably easier than the divine jump. So this one's like pretty tough. It's not hard to do once you've learned it, but it's hard to get fast.
It's also very. If you're picking this game up, this is one of the most difficult parts because pathing your way up the side of the mountain.
Yeah, there's a very tiny hole in this invisible
Yeah.
wall that's around the mountain, and that's what we're trying to go through. And basically what this does is it skips the entire Skuldolphin dungeon, which is actually really long. So skipping it saves quite a bit of time.
It's really funny, this is like one of the hardest things to do, but the route for this hasn't changed in like a year.
Nope, it's completely the same. The only thing that's happened is we've gotten better at it. I think I might have fallen. As I say, we've gotten better at it.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
All right. It's one of the easiest places to lose time and not even realize it. So coming up here, normally, if you're playing casually, I got staggered, which kind of stinks, but there's a dragon priest, and if you go kind of slow, he takes the staff out from that stand, and you have to fight him before this portal opens again. But because we have infinite sprint, we can just go in the portal and not have to fight him, which is considerably faster.
I have a $300 donation from Anonymous. I'd just like to thank everyone involved with AGDQ, the speedrunners, the ones off camera who helped organize the event, and even those in our chat just helping out with a great cause. It's these kinds of efforts that make the difference in the world. I respect the amount of work that goes into making AGDQ possible and uniting the gaming community worldwide to prevent cancer. Thank you so much, Anonymous, for your $300 donation.
Yeah, thank you.
If you can't donate and are looking for other ways to help out, you can always go over to theyeti.com and buy a shirt from them right now. For every shirt that you purchase, $3 from the sales goes directly to PCF, which is who we're supporting. That website is theyeti.com/SDA, and it's YETEE.com/SDA. And also thank you GameSpot for these amazing cameras, so we can get WYMORN's face in perfect clarity.
Because that's needed.
Absolutely.
Okay, don't be a jerk.
Dude, why am I blocking? What is happening?
Don't be a jerk. Awesome.
So, on casual, Soon is the hardest fight in the entire game.
Yeah.
Harder than Oldwin. He will one-shot you, like, from more than half health. Basically, 200 characters in this game are really strong, and they have, like, kill move capabilities from, like, ridiculous amounts of HP.
Yeah. He has the ability to just take you out if he wants to. It's really great to have a run killed by him right at the end.
So there's a new strat we recently found here. We used to have to wait for all the heroes to run out, which was kind of random because their AI was like a little bit unpredictable. But basically what we found out is that once they're all out here, you can go back in and quick save and quick load, which doesn't make much sense because quick saving and quick loading only reloads the area, but it actually causes all the heroes to teleport instantly to the final fight, which ended up saving like 7 or 8 seconds.
That was found like a week ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
that's
recent.
Really new. I didn't even know about that.
Also, Hakon's taking his time right here.
And WYMORN, what level are you right now?
I am level 1.
Very good. And you have no equipment.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm completely
Naked orc. I mean, we had to sell our clothes for money.
Actually, the clothes that you start out with aren't worth any money. We actually sell them because it's faster to sell everything than to pick and choose what you want to sell.
It's just better to be naked.
Yep. Strats. It's
Strats. I mean, it's wind resistance, right? Your clothes just slow you down, so
Yeah.
just get naked and run around.
Yep.
Well,
I mean, that sounds like strats, right?
I mean, it sounds totally strats.
I believe it.
And we all know Skyrim's physics engine is like 100% accurate to real life.
Yes.
It's
All right, so coming up is the second point of true RNG in this run after Septimus Cygnus. So hopefully, I have to right click for this. Hopefully he comes out the left side or the middle. Okay. I actually got staggered and wasn't able to shout him. Okay, that's not bad. Land, please. Okay, no, you
Nope.
can just fly away. That's
No.
all right.
there he goes.
Alduin doesn't care about your dragon red.
Okay. So I actually got Dragon Randolph. I was concerned that I was going to get staggered. Alright, time soon.
This is the power of the orc.
And time.
57-26.
So I was kind of hoping for sub 57, but 57-26 is pretty good for a marathon run.
Ah, it's very good.
We are $1,700 from 400,000. I'm refreshing like a madman so I can make you say dumb things.
Oh man, if we hit 400,000, I could like say Fusrada as I'm shouting all of the dragons at the same time that are on the mountain peak here. Okay, where is? So this is the fun part. This is the credits. I call them the credits. I like to speedrun games with credits, but Skyrim doesn't have credits, so I have to come up with something.
Alright, so there's not enough time.
Do an hour.
What the heck? Alright. Are we at 400,000 yet? Keep refreshing.
No, I'm still refreshing. Donate, people, donate. You're destroying my chat already with it, so just keep doing it. I would like to mention, though, even though if we can't get to all your donations, we do get them all. I've read a lot of the comments, and there's so many heartfelt stories, and it's amazing, and I wish I could share all of them. If you really do want to share your story, and if it's really important to you, you can actually go ahead and tweet to @PreventCancer with the hashtag AGDQ2014, and you can tell them that. And I'm sure that they'll gladly talk to you. I mean, they love hearing success stories, sad stories, everything. I do have a $100 donation from TK. Both my parents were diagnosed with cancer in the year 2007, breast for my mother and prostate for my father. Luckily, both are found in the early stages. Your campaign is both entertaining and heartwarming, and it means a lot to me. Keep it up. Thanks. Fusroda!